Secretive Tantric scriptures like the Rudrayamala preserve a systematic history of a period when the fundamental mechanics of nature collapsed. According to these records, the universe was engulfed in total darkness. The natural order had failed, leaving the gods trapped on a chaotic, unwinnable battlefield. The system failure was caused by a demon general named Raktabeej. He possessed a terrifying biological advantage, a cosmic condition ensuring that if a single drop of his blood hit the dirt, an exact, fully formed clone would instantly spawn from the soil. Every wound inflicted multiplied the enemy. A single drop of blood hitting the dirt immediately generated hundreds of identical demons, making his defeat a mathematical impossibility. Goddess Durga, acting as the universe's primary defense, swung her sword and struck Raktabeej. The attack worked as intended, drawing blood, which immediately triggered the failure of standard physical combat. Within seconds, the dark soil violently split open. Where there was one enemy, there were now 100, then 1,000, and quickly millions of roaring, identical demons flooding the terrain. The gods were trapped in a brutal paradox. The very act of fighting back was the exact mechanism accelerating the end of the universe. The millions of deities watching from the cosmos fell completely silent. Goddess Durga stood isolated against a horizon entirely covered by the demonic horde. Watching the laws of nature be manipulated to this extreme triggered a profound psychological shift within her. A concentrated, cosmos-shattering wrath, known in the ancient texts as Crota, began to boil over. Her physical form violently inverted. Her typically golden, radiant skin mutated, turning the color of a pitch-black new moon. The wind stopped dead. Time itself froze on the battlefield. An overwhelming concentration of energy began pulsing rapidly right at the center of her forehead. With a deafening roar that cracked the sky, a terrifying new entity tore straight through Durga's flesh. Goddess Maha Kali was born. This idol captures her exact textual description. Skin darker than deep space, eyes burning red with pure destruction, and her neck draped in a massive garland of severed heads. The universe's ultimate protector had forcefully mutated into its most terrifying nightmare, all to level a playing field that had been broken. The sheer physical weight of Maha Kali's presence was impossible for the earth to bear. As she took her first step, the ground beneath her sank. She moved in perfect synchronization with Durga. Durga would swing her blade to sever a demon's head, and Kali would act as the interceptor. She deployed a brutal, specific countermeasure. By stretching her massive tongue horizontally across the battlefield, she created a living barrier, catching the falling blood before it could ever hit the dirt and trigger the cloning loop. She swallowed the seething, negative blood mid-air, absorbing the vast, dark energy of millions of demonic entities as she crushed their clones in her jaws. The strategy effectively broke the cycle of replication. The threat was removed by neutralizing the biological mechanism that allowed Raktabeej to multiply. With the final clone destroyed, a dead silence fell over the landscape. But the internal concentration of that negative energy, combined with the momentum of her own wrath, began to destabilize her control. Her eyes flushed a deeper, more violent red. She let out a terrifying roar into the vacuum of the empty plains. She began the Tandava, an apocalyptic dance of destruction. This sculpture depicts her violent movements. With every footfall, the cosmos experienced massive systemic failure. Heaven shook and fissures ripped through the underworld. The watching gods realized exactly what was happening. The weapon they had relied on to save reality was now actively dismantling it. Panic set in. Indra and the remaining deities fled the dimension, rushing to Lord Shiva and begging him for an intervention. How do you stop a force of nature that has consumed a toxic threat and evolved beyond the boundaries of cosmic law?